Coming to you live from South Africa.
Welcome back. You tuned into Inspired Afternoons with me, your host, Mariam Mia. And now it's time for our hashtag kindness and compassion segment. And I'm so pleased to be discussing this initiative uh, because, as somebody who is a practitioner and specializes in early childhood development, I, for one, know the importance of play and fantasy play, as well as toys that actually aid in a child's all-round development. In terms of early childhood development, playing with toys are actually the building blocks for pre-conceptual thinking, creative thinking. We talk about STREAM now in the fourth industrial technology, but it's actually the toy play and the fantasy play that helps in the development of the mindset to prepare our youngsters for the fourth industrial revolution for stream. So I'd like to welcome on the line. I have with me, joining me is Sister Tyra Saluji. She's a marketing coordinator for Ashraful Aid, and they're going to tell us about this, amongst all what's happening in terms of uncertainty and difficulty. And that for me, this is such an exciting, much needed initiative to actually bring some joy and happiness, especially for those that find themselves in difficult circumstances, or for families that just affording the child a gift of a toy is a luxury. So let's welcome Sister Tahira Saluji to Salam Media and Inspired Afternoons. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Tahira from Ashraful Aid.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm
How are
so
you?
Alhamdulillah. I'm so pleased. So tell us more about this exciting initiative regarding the collection of toys and then distributing it to disadvantaged early childhood development centers and maybe just disadvantaged families.
So, first of all, Jazakallah for giving us the opportunity and having us on the show. We extend a very heartfelt thank you to you for that. So, at Ashraful Aid, we've always maintained and emphasized that children are our future leaders. And because of this, regardless of the social dynamics of the child, it is every child that deserves the opportunity to be afforded the opportunity to develop, the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to be given all of those tools they require for them to mature and turn into those future leaders who we believe every child is going to be. So, from our widespread, alhamdulillah, humanitarian assistance we have across South Africa, across the borders, internationally as well, children are one of our key beneficiaries. And what happened was we had a team that went over to Turkey not too long ago. If you scroll through our Instagram pages or even our Facebook, any of our social media, you'll be able to follow and see feedback from that trip. So while on that trip, what happened was there were people, our director, Malana Sahil Wadi was there, and he realized and he saw when visiting this center that we had set up in Turkey. So basically, it's a center that is to support the Syrian refugee children. And there was a trauma center to assist these children and obviously the adults as well, but to assist the children. And after seeing this and realizing and looking at this, Malala and them realized that, you know what, even in South Africa, on our home ground, there are many early childhood development centers, creches, preschools that we do already support. So we support them, whether sometimes it be with meals, hot meals, sometimes the children come with no food. We assist them with supplies. There was recently a preschool where we outfitted them with chairs and tables. So on realizing that children don't have that, and they don't necessarily have access to what some might consider a luxury. I mean, if you tell someone, you know what, we're feeding children, they're ready. But the moment you tell someone, you know what, we want to buy toys for underprivileged children, they think to themselves, but isn't there something more important that we could possibly give them?
It's regarded as a luxury, but in essence, in terms of, as I've mentioned from somebody who's a practitioner of early childhood development, it's essential in a child's development, fantasy play,
Correct.
and toys should be seen as learning aids.
Yes, correct. 100%. I cannot agree with you more. So we believe that. And behind every belief is an action. So, Alhamdulillah, through this initiative, we launched it last week, where we created it as an easy way. Every child, so it's a common saying about one person's, something one person doesn't appreciate is another person's treasure. So, in the same way, on the same line, one child's old toy that your child is not interested in and hardly even looks at could be such a revered and loved treasure to another child. So let's take that opportunity to spring clean our closets. I mean, school's been pushed back again in 2 weeks. So let's use that opportunity, inshallah, to clean out our closets, teach our children. It's also a great opportunity for us to teach our children the spirit of giving, because we had little boys come over to the office and they themselves took this bucket and they were emptying as many toys as they had taken out into this box. But to create that realization within your own children that what I might not have use for but is in a good condition, I can always supply and assist and help someone else. So it has many benefits by this donated toy drive that we have. We have many drop-off points. They all listed again on our website in the article. I ask your listeners to please have a look through
Sister
and
Tyra,
contact us.
can you just give us few of the drop-off points for those of
Yes.
who are maybe just now not don't have the article at their side? So basically, how does it work within a community? Do you like get the community into action in terms of collecting? And can you just name a few of the toys that you're looking for? Does this include educational equipment as well? I'm thinking like puzzles, board games, blocks, things like this. So if you can just give us specifics of what you're looking for.
So absolutely. Okay. So any kind of toys that you are not using that are still in a good condition that can still be used. The puzzles that can still be built because those can be used. Whether it's those little boards, those stuffed toys, anything. Because at every stage in a child's life, they use different toys for their brain to develop and to grow. So we have drop-off points in Marlborough, in Kelvin, Lynborough Park, Waterfall, Greenside, Lenasia. We also have in Rustenburg. And these are the drop-off points. The exact address as well as the contact number of a person will be on our social media pages as well as on our website. And some of them have requested that you please, because these are volunteers who've given their time to collect these toys. So some of them have requested that you give them a call to arrange your drop-off time. Once the toys have been dropped off, we create toy libraries within the creche. So in the creche or in the early childhood development center or in the preschool, we will create a little section that is now the toy library, where these children now have access to all of these wonderful toys that you have donated.
Sister Tyra, for sisters who are listening and they're out of your drop-off areas and they would like to volunteer in terms of assisting you in driving this project, can they contact you personally in terms of creating additional drop-off points in other provinces, other communities?
Absolutely, absolutely. They are most welcome to contact me directly. They're welcome to contact our offices as well. I think it would be easier if they contacted me directly, inshallah. My G?
Your contact details are on Ashraful Aid's website or Instagram page?
So it's not necessarily on the website or or the Instagram page. However, I can't mention it to you here. So they can just contact me on 073 and I will then either liaise directly with them, or I will refer them to the direct department where they
Okay,
should be
so you don't have
assisted.
for all those listeners who don't have their pens at hand or their phones at
Yes.
hand or the money, you can contact Salam Media and Shazia or Ziad will then forward Sister Tyra Saluji's contact details, or you can call Ashraful Aid and they could pass on. Sister, oh, there's Jazakallah Shazia. You know what? You're just so brilliant. She's our go-to person. So now it's there. So anybody that is watching this or going to be watching this later, yeah, Sister Tahira's details are now on the screen. So it's going to be shared with all in sundry. So Jazakallah for that, Shazia. Very, very innovative. And then in Well, then, Ashraful Aid, I suppose, will then earmark various centers. You said you've already working with child development centers, and then I'm sure you will then do a needs analysis, and then where there is a need in terms of the in other areas, expend in terms of child development centers there. And also, if there's any somebody out there, community that's working with an existing child development center, can they contact you, and probably you can partner together and see how you can create a toy library within that center. Is that something on the table as well?
Absolutely, we are always open to collaboration. Together, we always grow stronger. So, Bismillah, contact us and let's see where we can take it from there.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to this initiative, and I'm going to, from my part, also send out a message in terms of this. Let me see how I can assist you in terms of the drive from my part here and everybody at Inspired Afternoons. And then what we'll do is, inshallah, one day when you're actually there and you're setting up one of the childhood development centers, and actually, all whatever we sow, we're reaping now, and it's given to the appropriate child development centers. Please do give us a call, and maybe we can do a video link up in terms of seeing the progress and seeing how the toy libraries are actually set up, and how the children are enjoying engaging with the toy corner, toy library.
Inshallah. I mean,
Jazakallah so much, Sister Tahira, for coming on air. And inshallah, know that we'll chat to you in the future as Ashraful Aid rolls out the various other projects for 2021.
Jazakallah, I look forward to that. I'd like to ask your listeners to please tag somebody you know underneath our posts. So, somebody you know who might not have seen the post or seen the idea, and if you could do the same as well, really let us reach a lot more people, inshallah. Jazakallah
Ameen.
khair.
Ameen. May you be under the mercy and protection of the Almighty, and keep well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We're going to go there, Sister Shai, just to remind everybody, Sister Tyra Saluji's contact number is on the screen now, 073 And please, this is a really worthwhile initiative, something that will, like I said, I was feeling anxious this morning, throughout the weekend, and also uncertain in that, but something that will put a smile on your face in the fact that you're giving and somebody's going to receive a true gift of joy. As Sister Tyra has mentioned, school reopening has been delayed. Even if it's online, it's not going to be as full capacity as a full day of being physically at an educational institution. So it's time to get your children to actually do an inventory of all their toys, their educational games, educational equipment products, what even they previously loved items that they no more have a need for it, or maybe they've just grown up now, and their focus is on other devices or other games or that, and they much love toys. They can then contact Sister Tahira if they don't have a drop-off point in their locality, and I'm sure arrangements can be made to get that to Ashraful Aid's officer. So really, really a very exciting campaign, and something that's going to bring hours of entertainment and joy to our little ones. And for me, there's nothing quite getting that satisfaction when you see a joy on a child's face when they engage in playing with fantasy play and playing with toys. So please do become involved in that initiative. We're going to go for a short break, and then we're going to be joined by Sister Salma. Yes, Sister Salma Bade, and we're going to be discussing we're going to be paying tribute and celebrating the life of the late Brother Salim Khan from the Benoni area, a community activist and one of the lights and rays of hope of Benoni. All this after the break.